Hello, my name is Alex Chinchilla, and this presentation is about free speech on social media. It was made by me, Colin Long, Tyler Youngblood, and Kyle Rodwell. Social media is becoming more and more prevalent as a way to communicate, and this presentation explores what rights people do and do not have on these platforms. The right to free speech is found in the First Amendment, which says that no law shall abridge the freedom of speech. While most speech is protected by the First Amendment, there are some examples of unprotected speech are true threats, which cause intimidation, incitement to imminent lawless action, and harassment based on a protected class, like race, sex, or disability status. The courts have generally ruled that people have the right to free speech on social media. However, social media companies are private entities and have the right to restrict what is published on their sites, usually following some sort of content guideline. The government has generally had trouble passing laws to outright ban a type of speech, so they usually pass laws that focus on how the content is being accessed, like with age limit laws or laws that ban certain addictive features. The most important federal law about free speech on social media and in general is the First Amendment, which ensures freedom of speech from the federal government. The First Amendment is also extended by the 14th Amendment so that no state laws can restrict free speech either. On his first day back in office, President Trump signed an executive order focused on ending government censorship online. Trump claims that the Biden administration suppressed free speech online while combating misinformation, and ordered his attorney general to prepare a report on how to improve speech online. In 2024, the Supreme Court heard both Willie v. NetChoice and NetChoice v. Paxton. Both cases arose from laws in Florida and Texas which greatly restricted how content can be moderated. The court ruled unanimously that, as private entities, the social media companies have their own First Amendment rights, and compared them to traditional publishers who may edit how they please. A 2023 Pew Research Center poll found that an increasing number of Americans support regulation of false information by the government and tech companies, with 55% saying so for the government and 65% saying for tech companies. The poll also found that Democrats support government regulation of false information much more than Republicans do, at 70% compared to 39%. In 2022, Freedom House listed Iceland as the best protector of internet freedom worldwide, saying that Iceland has widespread and affordable internet access across the country. Iceland also has fair and clear laws and systems for taking down illegal content online, such as copyrighted items or child pornography. Russia has historically oppressed news outlets that go contrary to its narrative. Since the war in Ukraine, Russia has also increased suppression of online media, blocking social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. One estimate from 2022 put the number of blocked websites in Russia at around 1.2 million. One group that lobbies for free speech is FIRE, the Foundation for Individual Rights and Expression. FIRE was founded in 1999 and defends the freedoms of college students and faculty on campus and online. According to Open Secrets, FIRE spent $80,000 lobbying in 2024. FIRE also files lawsuits against unjust laws and does outreach programs. Common Sense Media is a non-profit organization whose goal is to keep children and families safe online. They often lobby for laws that protect children and their privacy. One recent success is a New York law that bans social media notifications between 12 a.m. and 6 a.m. They are currently lobbying for stronger data protections on data privacy in California. In 2024, Florida Governor DeSantis, a Republican, signed a law that banned children under the age of 14 from having a social media account, regardless of parental consent. The law also requires adults to provide documentation verifying their age before creating social media accounts. The law is currently being challenged in court. Also in 2024, California Governor Newsom signed the Protecting Our Kids from Social Media Addiction Act, which limits the addictive features of a minor's social media feeds and prevents platforms from sending notifications to a minor during school hours. The law is currently being challenged by NetChoice. In 2021, Senator Hagerty proposed the 21st Century Free Act, which would lower protections for social media companies and force large platforms to disclose moderation protocols and decisions. The bill has since died in the Senate Commerce and Transportation Committee. We imagine that as AI technologies such as deepfakes become more advanced, the government and social media companies will both need to increase moderation and censorship online. Even today, many laws have already been proposed to control distribution of deepfakes online. Thank you for watching this presentation. I hope you learned something, and yeah.